We're back.
Happy Friday.
Hi, everybody. So good to see you. So we're still kicking off Kick Ass for 2020, and this is episode number 2. And the topic of today is Give Freely, Receive Openly, Gratitude for Your Year. And I love it because it segues our last talk, which was last Monday, and we talked about finding the wins and noticing the challenges, the breakthroughs you had, and getting the learning. And also, I don't know if we talked about this, but we always talk about finding the gratitude for that.
Auditing your year.
Yes. And being grateful for all the opportunities that you failed forward fast, made a fool out of yourself, kind of like this opportunity that I did with our Facebook group.
Changing the name
Wednesday.
to Master Sales.
Woo-hoo.
Mastering Sales for coaches and entrepreneurs. It's easy. It's not a big deal.
Yes, and
Facebook rep will figure it out.
It's so funny because I tell myself this story that I mess up my spelling all the time, and so then I created an opportunity to do that same thing. So be very careful the story that you're talking about yourself in your mind and sharing with others, because you will create that. And so it's a tremendous learning for me. And thank you so much for your patience and being open.
So one thing we were looking at is auditing our 2019, where we gave money, like to donations, to charitable causes.
Yes.
Where can we give more in 2020? Because a lot of people are motivated by giving away money, which is really cool, right?
Yeah.
Attitude for gratitude. When you give it, it comes freely. And it's like giving openly, though. Some people, I think, have a real challenge. It's like when they give $1 to someone and they're just like, they don't want to give it up. Right.
Yeah.
And so,
or there's some sort of internal circumstance, like they're giving it for control or power, and it may not be conscious. It may not be conscious at all. Or maybe they give because they want people to think that they're doing the right thing, or people to like them, or
right.
And it could be very subtle. Or people are just giving because they enjoy doing it.
And it's a money block if we don't give with an open heart and
yes.
an open mind.
And with no attachments.
If we give and we expect something back, you're already damming the flow. Unfortunately, you're damming the flow from the universe for prosperity to come back to you.
Absolutely.
So, and I don't mean like, look, it's great to, give to the homeless and come up with some kind of a shelter giveaway or something, but let's also not give for manipulation or give to, enable, because a lot of people give for enablement,
or they feel guilty,
or feeling guilty about it,
or they think that that's socially acceptable, or that's what you do.
If there's any negative emotions when you're about to give some money away,
if it's not coming from a clear heart of just wanting to give without any out clauses going on behind the scenes, right. So notice what you're doing when you're giving this Christmas. Like, really, truly, are you giving the gift to give just because you want to and because you love that person and you don't expect them to do anything with your gift? Yeah. I know a lot of times in the past with what we do with coaching and training, like we would give education to people and then we would want to control how they use it or the outcome. I know a lot of people that have given money to people before and then they want them to spend the money a certain way. So just start auditing yourself.
You can't give a gift card and say, by the way,
this is the contingency of you getting this gift.
This is what I want you to buy me this Christmas with this gift card. Doesn't really work that way, folks.
Right.
But also have a gratitude for where you are in your business, how far you've come, celebrate the wins, and have some gratitude for the amount of money you made to be able to help people this year, right? Hopefully we all help some clients and we all want to help more clients even more at a volume, as far as a higher volume of clients, helping them next year in 2020. So we're just auditing all of that, where we can really serve,
we can give more,
where we can give.
Or maybe for some of you that give too much, then maybe you need to give to yourself.
That's true. That is damming the flow as well.
If you do anything into extremes, this year, one of my huge learnings was finding balance. So if you're doing anything to extreme, paradoxically, you're not doing it from a center place, and it actually is doing the thing that you don't want to do. So if you're giving too much, then you're not filling up your container and you're not allowing yourself to receive. So that's the next thing, is receiving. Where in your life are you receiving?
Some people have a really challenging time to receive something with gratitude, right? Say, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to receive, the universe. And that's something that when we ask for money, when it comes to business, if we're not open to receiving and we're not okay receiving, our business is going to suffer. It really is going to suffer.
Or you even receive a compliment. I know this happens in a lot of the women's circles, and I've caught myself too. Like when I receive a really gracious compliment, then I'll downplay the compliment.
Yep.
It could be something as simple as receiving someone's help, right? I know that us women and men, when we get into entrepreneurship, we want to do it all ourselves. And then it's hard for us to receive help from others.
Receive feedback.
Yes. Ooh, yes. Giving feedback and receiving.
Giving and receiving, right?
Yeah.
It's not criticism, it's feedback. And I think the only way you can grow is to really be so open to feedback. And the more we do this work, the more we help people, the more we are so open to feedback.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's the greatest thing we could receive to change ourselves, which changes our mindset toward maybe a very specific topic, so that we can go out and help somebody else in that same area, but more importantly in our business.
What better way to clear out your own stuff is to receive really good feedback from people.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, I sometimes I even get nervous with feedback too, because I'm like, oh, are they going to say something that hurts my little ego? I'm not talking about my confident ego. I'm talking about my scared, immature, selfish. And I'm not saying selfish is a bad thing, because, being selfish is good in certain circumstances, but I'm talking about the selfish part of me that doesn't want to get hurt, right?
Well, and taking the feedback openly.
Personally.
Yeah, don't take it personally. And also don't take it where it's like, take it with a grain of salt. If it's constructive and it's really good feedback, think about it, let it settle in. And also don't shame yourself, or don't let someone
beating yourself up.
Don't let someone else shame you just because maybe that's their projection too.
Sure. And, and we talk about this in the training, look at the person that's giving you feedback. Are they a reputable source? Are they going out there courageously in the arena of life? Are they taking massive action? Is this an opportunity for you to listen to some wisdom from someone else? And I still believe every feedback, even if it's coming from an invalid source, is still a projection. So there's something there to learn, right?
And if you're auditing your year of 2019, and let's say that you really found out that maybe you didn't give very much, maybe you didn't give a lot of money away, maybe you didn't help
time,
energy, energetically you didn't help
love.
Someone. Yes, of course. maybe you're finding that, the reserve was a little bit low. You're like, well, my business didn't do quite as well. I didn't make quite as much money, so I really didn't give. I would stretch those individuals to look at 2020 and say, regardless, that could be a massive money block. Mm-hmm. Just because you don't have it means that I can't give it.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people, when they say, well, I've invested so much in my personal growth and development, I just can't afford to take this training. I can't afford to hire this coach. And that's a really great example. It's really chances are, that's a good reason probably why most people are feeling the way they are, is they don't believe in themselves. A lot of times when it comes to that, it's like when you invest in yourself, you take it, you apply that, and you go stretch yourself to go do more. Every training we take, we get something out of it, and we go make even more money in the return. It's like an ROI.
Speaking to giving to yourself, what better way to give to yourself is an invest in yourself. I see this all the time. People freeze up about investing in their education and themselves, investing time in themselves.
Yep.
And so audit yourself. Have you truly invested time and energy and your resources in yourself? Have you given back to yourself this year? Because if you're not giving back to yourself, then how can you expect other people to give?
Right. And the boundary in the relationship, right?
Yeah.
Love crumbs, giving love crumbs, right?
Yes.
Unconditionally. And where's the boundary that it's equal, right? It's a two-way street.
Maybe you're giving too much in the relationship and you're not allowing yourself to receive.
Or you're people pleasing. And
right.
People pleasing doesn't get us anywhere if we don't have firm boundaries. And if we set boundaries and we step all over them, then we're really not holding ourselves accountable either. So we just have to be real careful with this attitude for gratitude and how it relates to money, how it relates to our income, our revenue, and the flow of money.
Let's see who's on here. Hey, Monica. Hey, Sharabella. Hey, Jen. Hey, Carla. And Carla put a comment. It says, that's been me for so long.
I was afraid to sign up for trainings, but I was excited to start moving towards investing in myself. Absolutely.
Yay. And see here's the thing, Carla, is because now that you're investing in yourself, you already have so much to offer to the world. I mean, your story is incredible, and just having the short amount of time, on the phone with you, I'm super excited to, be along side by side with you in the journey. And now you're going to have even more skill set to give back to where then you can receive more and then give more. I think as we grow as entrepreneurs and business owners, as we get more skillful and we're able to channel more energy, which AKA means money, then we're able to give back more, because then we can educate ourselves more to where then we can help more.
Right.
It's just this beautiful symbiotic process.
We have to remember money. Money is just a gauge. And some of us get so caught up about money. It's important. Yes, it makes the world go round, right? We got to pay bills. We got to provide for, our families and our employees and so forth. And at the same time, money is just, it's this thing that we can't put so much into it, whether it's negative or positive. Mm-hmm. We can't put so much into it that actually dams that flow so that it's controlling us. When money begins to control us, this is why it's like a free will of giving. Giving needs to be the symbiotic flow. And the money should come into your life and the money should go out of your life. And some people get so stressed out of having debt. They just get obsessed and they get so just anxious and anxiety and they're just shaken and they can't get anything done. It's debilitating. That's when money has become something that it shouldn't be for that type of person.
Having power over you instead of you using it as a tool.
Money should never control us, right? Emotionally, physically, mentally. It shouldn't.
Because it's just energy going in and out, And
money comes from other people. So all it is where do we need to provide value? When value exceeds price, people always buy from you, right? They always buy your product. They always buy your service, when you exceed that value. And so I think the thing to look at for 2019 and auditing your year is, where did money control you? And what did you get out of that control? And how can we shift that mindset to the future of 2020 and saying, really change our perspective, our perception of money. And what can we look at it and do differently as far as giving it, receiving it, letting it flow in and out of our life, like water, like food, like anything else that we do on a daily. How can we just not be so overly controlled by it? And I see some clients that come in and out when we coach them, when they get a hold of that and they make that shift, it's massive. They're not afraid of money. There's no fear there. And I think that's where we want to be. We want to be to where we're confident.
And audit your other areas of life, of business and your relationships. Where did you give freely? Where did you give just to give because you wanted to help someone without any out clauses or any intentions? And maybe that area of life needs to happen more for you. I know that sometimes in our relationship, I could give a little bit more in our relationship because he's a very, very giving type of person and I like to receive in the relationship. So sometimes that gets out of balance.
Sometimes you have to put your boundary down.
Exactly. So I can be more giving and he could receive more from in certain specific areas of a relationship. So there's this, audit every area of life of how you show up in your relationships with your family, with your friends, your clients. Are you giving more and not receiving the finances coming back to you? Are you not charging what you're worth? Because that off balance of the cause and effect, the universal cause and effect, is damming the flow of energy in your life. And over time, it's not something that you'll notice right away, but over time, it's not sustainable in any relationship, whether a business, a sexual relationship, a family relationship, because if you're giving too much, then you don't have anything to fill yourself back up. If you're receiving all the time, then nobody wants to give and you're damming the flow as well. If you're just taking, because that becomes taking versus actually openly receiving. I hope that makes sense. And then having the level of gratitude and being open to everything that is presented to you in your life. Last time we were talking about, celebrating the wins and the mistakes and the challenges.
Growth moments.
All the growth moments.
All growth moments.
I have a girlfriend that we've been sharing back and forth everything that we've been receiving, and it's literally all of the lessons, whether they're showing up in a pattern of grumpiness or if they're showing up as exactly what we want in abundance, because there is so much gifts in everything that we're receiving. And so start taking inventory with gratitude and an open heart of all the things that you're receiving in your life. And that's where you're going to have happiness and be in a high vibrate state.
Because when you can give and you can invest in yourself, you can give so much more to others.
Yes.
That's something that we've really learned, is that the more we invest in ourselves, the more we invest in our relationship, the more we can give to our clients, our students, the more we can go out and talk to people about this kind of change work and how profound it is for businesses and relationships you know, to have personal growth development, and not just casual personal growth and development. You know,
we're like talking about the deep stuff.
We're talking about serious learning, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's great to read books.
Deep work. This is like your shadow work, honestly.
Serious learning.
I mean, Carl Jung talks about your shadow, like whatever you're out of balance, technically is your shadow. Like it's the part of you that you're not conscious of until you are. And then you have the opportunity to bring it to the light and do something about it.
And for couples out there, where can they invest in themselves in a relationship, right? Just like that. Like you said,
yeah,
I need to be receiving more and you need to be giving more. Is that right?
Yes, in some areas.
Right.
Yeah.
So where can we as couples for relationships, where can we truly evolve to find wholeness? Because that's really why
and there's going to be times in your life that you're giving more and receiving more. So it just depends on what part and what season you're into in your business. I mean, there's going to be, and so take that into accountability too. Like, what season are you in your business? Are you going out there and just giving stuff out? I know in the beginning of our business opening up, I was saying yes to pretty much everything because I was getting the word out there of who we are and what we do. And so I was doing a lot of free work, and that's not as much anymore. Like, we don't just go out there and do free stuff anymore. And it's okay. Like when you're in the beginning of a certain phase of stuff, you may be giving more than receiving, and it may take some time, and then the receiving will start building up and you'll start getting all these gifts. So
there is cycles.
Yes, cycles, and we'll get more into that later. But for now, take the inventory. Look at yourself, look at where you've given, where you received, if you blocked yourself in any of those areas, and put it in the comments so we know.
And thank yourself for having gratitude on your year.
Yes.
And grow the gratitude moving into 2020.
Yeah. Absolutely. We love you all. Look forward to seeing you on Monday, and have a great weekend. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're building our YouTube channel. It's called Yager Training on YouTube. And share this with someone you love if it was helpful. We would love for this to grow and transform.
Absolutely. Appreciate all your support.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like our content and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button below. We'll be posting videos every single week.
And if you want to learn more about NLP or a certification program or even performance coaching, come join us on our website at yagertraining.com, and you can find the link in the description below. We hope to see you on the next video. Thank you.